late right now while I'm recording this, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way before I get to bed. I was not going to talk about this because it makes me sick to my stomach. And I think it's because I got a lot going on that I just can't stomach this type of BS right now. But I used to be a person that was able to watch true crime, and no matter what it was about children. I wanted to know all the details because I was just interested and want to know why people did this and be aware of the links that people go through. But this one, I just had to go ahead and speak on. I kept seeing it posted on YouTube. The story went viral, and I was like, here's another case with a child. And as I'm hearing about it, I'm like, I've heard a case similar to this, but then they go further to detail. I'm like, so appalled. And it started reminding me of the days of when I grew up and would hear these type of things going on within families. And this just needs to stop being normalized. This is so disgusting. And how these adults normalize this behavior is the part that I want to address and highlight the most. Because I do speak about children and their mental, and it all has to do with how the parents raise and are not attentive to children. So let me give you the rundown. I'm just going to give you the highlights. If you're going to try to get the whole case and all the details here, you cannot. I just want to highlight about the adults, but I have to tell you the story a little bit in case people have not known anything about it. So, so let's start off with the offender's baby mama. He has a fiance and he has a girlfriend. I, I don't remember if this lady is the girlfriend or the baby mama. I'm going to call her the baby mama. He had 3 in rotation. And this lady, really practically 4, but I digress. If you want to count the dang baby that he took advantage of, S.A. So Zaya Harris was a niece, and the baby mother. I'm going to show snippets that was bringing this man around her niece. Knew that he was an offender, and so did the grandmother. That was actually the main caregiver for the niece. And at her home, he would pick her up along with his own children with Zaya. The thing that I don't understand is that you knew he's an offender. Number one, why did you leave him alone with this little girl? And allegedly, he's been doing this approximately since she was 11, saying this poor baby. Another thing that I didn't write down that I want to highlight is that the grandmother did not monitor her social media. She would take the phone away, she stated, every now and then, but she didn't actually see what she was posting and had on the internet. And you guys already know how I feel about the internet and parents not properly monitoring, or if you can't monitor them, don't have them on there at all. Watch that video. I posted not too long ago. I had a whole rundown on it. I have shorts that I've recently posted about it. Y'all know my stance on that. And this is another reason why you should be not having your child on the internet. But besides her being on the internet, it wasn't even no essay or pedo going on from the internet this time. It was in her own household, which a lot of times, statistically, it's the people that's close to you. So let me make sure I got on my notes. There's also allegedly, do not know for sure, this wasn't concrete. This is still, like, the case is still going. He hasn't been charged yet. A 4-year-old got chlamydia by this man as well. And now we're finally going to fully get to the adults. I think I said all that I wanted to say. My stomach was turning earlier before I got to this, so I'm happy I've gotten this far. So there was an auntie. Well, it's 2 aunties because there was twins. Then there was this man, and then it's the grandmother. The grandmother's text messages amongst her daughters, the twins. Really, the twin that was it probably was both, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think it was mostly the one that was the baby mama to the offender. that they would say that, well, she's hot in the pants, and they just brush it off, that they know that she's being active, because that's what that means, because that's what was stated back in the day a lot. Now, if you guys ever hear some adults calling a teenager or a baby, that is no, like, I don't really care if the age, a minor, hot in the pants, you really need to be looking at the parents. Because why is, especially with that been her age from 11 to 13, and you're saying she's hot in the pants, and you're not properly monitoring her or making sure that she's not doing things that she's not supposed to do. What do you mean by she's hot in the pants? Because she wasn't doing anything with any young boys. She was with a grown man. Huh? That should be charged for the neglect, for you have an endangerment, for you having them, that man around him, and you knew what he got going on with his charges. He's an offender, you put the child in danger, and that's neglect. The other twin actually stated that they both knew. Because she's emotionally getting attention from this man instead of getting more emotional attention from you guys. By you sitting up here talking down to her like that, why would she confide and talk to you? The way that they spoke down and belittled her was utterly disgusting. Very telling. And I remember growing up hearing things like this. And it's funny though, because I was always very and I wasn't really per se taught this. I think it's because my parents knew that I was like my mom in this way, that I wasn't gonna let any man or boy mess with me or talk to me any type of way, or if they spoke to me um any type of SA or control like any type of way to me, especially in that manner, I would tell, I would go off, I'll give them a good one. I read them for fifth, even at that age. I didn't play that. And I think it's also because my whole family, we don't play that. Also on my dad's side, but not really. Not enough. You know what I'm saying? I digress on that. And it wasn't like, it wasn't like, let me think just a little bit on that. Some were like, yeah, don't be around this specific person. They know the essays that children. But yet you have others that feel like not to say anything, not to make sure the children are not around them. Blows my mind. That is the most ignorant thing I've ever. It is beyond ignorant. My another thing is, why are we protecting these SA offenders? I don't care what the reason is. There is no excuse. They should be underneath the jail. Why do family protect these disgusting men? It's beyond me. And if you guys remember the story, sorry, Pow a teacher's hand, they took forever to not keep on trying to accuse a 6-year-old of doing what they did when the child was 6. I was like, why are they acting like they're going to try to arrest the baby? They did eventually finally go after the mother, held her accountable, and she did show accountability and everything. We didn't know fully details of how the baby got the armed weapon, but like that was like only a couple of cases where they have started to actually go after the parent. And I know our kids can be out of hand and they don't listen, and it'll be really messed up that we have to be held accountable to that extent for our children doing something that is something we know dang well we taught them not to do. But in cases like this, the parent needs to be charged. They knew it, they were well aware of it, they put the child in danger, it was full neglect. They need to go down for those charges. They put that baby in danger, and now that baby is unalived. The baby was unalived because she became pregnant with that SA offender's baby. I am tired. Like, stop normalizing this toxic behavior. There's no reason why any female should have to offend themselves against another adult or allowing men to manipulate. If you guys listen to the case and hear all the text messages, how they were having conversations, was not acceptable for that age at all. I know that this type of crap was going on, but the thing that I'm getting real sick and tired of is people not doing anything. And I understand that if you report it, CPS doesn't a lot of times do anything. They have failed us, but I don't care. It needs to be reported. The police still needs to be called. They also alleged saying that some things happened at the auto shop with the little baby at at the auto shop with, I think that's where he worked. I I get so tired of things being like not just common sense but logical sense, but it's never acted upon. And I feel like the only way that the parents are actually, or the adults involved, her village that failed this baby, is that all of us start getting on to getting these adults charged. Because there's no reason for them to be protected. None at all. Because all they're going to do is do the same thing. They're not going to learn their lesson because they weren't held accountable. I can't get too upset. I am leaving it there. I'm not even going to say my. I didn't even say my intro or my outro. I can't even do that this time. Yeah, I gotta go because I'm starting to get so ticked off to tears. I see you guys on the next video.